Welcome back to another video on the rest of and to another edition of Raw Out of 10. WWE hyped up 6 segments on this week's show, which meant a big increase from its usual review for its weekly shows. Of the 3 announced, 2 were title matches with the North American title on the line, as well as the tag belts, and Bronson Reed was taking on Otis. But we started things off with Cody, and of course he got a huge pop. He spoke for well over 5 minutes before being interrupted by the Greats tour he started talking about, which of course the Judgment Day. This led to Rhodes and Mysterio trading insults until the stable had heard enough. All 3 men prepared to attack when Uso arrived to stand next to the American Nightmare. The Judgment Day were going to attack anyway, but Zayn and KO showed up to make it 4-on-3 in favour of the good guys. JD McDonough showed up with some steel chairs, but Priest hesitated joining them, which allowed the babyfaces to maintain the upper hand. All 4 took them out in the archer for me to end the segment. It was a solid opening, setting up multiple things to the show, and keep the storyline moving in an interesting direction. And I don't know, kind of leaves all possibility opens, but definitely an intriguing start. But moving on then to the first match, Otis versus Bronson Reed. Of course, big meaty men slapping meat. This is exactly what this match was. They're both over 330 pounds, so it's a true kaiju battle for the ages. Early in the match, the 2 men collided and sent each other out of the ring with impact. After trading shots, Otis was the first to score a takedown on his own with a clothesline, but Reed didn't stay down long. Both showed off their power by picking each other up at different times. This wasn't a long match, but it didn't need to be in order to be fun. This was kind of about where we almost never see in WWE anymore. It felt so unique, and Reed picked up a clean win. As well, so this is good stuff. Biggie loved it. But get a 6 out of 10 for me. Good win for Bronson Reed. But I think Otis still kind of in a way game from it. But moving on into the next match, which was Ciampa versus Kaiser. Ciampa had his sights set on the IC title of Gunther he currently possesses, but he had to go through Kaiser first, and the ring general would even give him a sort. Kaiser had control until Ciampa took him down with a Cez press. Both men pride themselves on their conditioning and technical prowess, so everything we saw here looked crisp and solid as well. This was a good contest that gave competitors a chance to perform without Gunther being there to distract from their performance. Ciampa took out Vinci with a knee, and the ref checking on him cost Kaiser the pin. The Blackheart capitalised and hit a huge knee strike to score the pin. The 2 did things well. It made Ciampa look like a credible threat to Gunther's title reign and set up Kaiser and Vinci on the ring general's bad side when he sees them again. So I think in a way it kind of worked, but I don't know, I just feel like we've seen this a lot building up towards a Gunther match, so I'm going to give it 5 out of 10 just because I feel like I've seen it before. But it wasn't terrible, but it kind of just felt there in a way. Next up was Natalya versus Tegan Nox, and they were both trying to push Adam Pearce to give them the title shot, so the official put them to see who would get a Becky Lynch. While this match was positioned as a young talent taking on a veteran, Nox is no rookie. She has 10 years experience and is just 28 years old. It's nice to see her kind of develop, especially with all the injuries she's had. I kind of want to see how this run goes for her, give her more of a chance. Now, hopefully she can stay injury-free. But the ending felt a bit abrupt, with Nox hitting the shiniest wizards to get the win. Kind of felt anticlimactic in a way, so I'm going to give it 5 out of 10. But it's good to see Nox back, and I think Nox v Lynch, if they're given time, that is going to be an incredible match. Before it's then time for Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee. Seth Rollins said he was giving Nakamura one more opportunity at the title before he moves on to someone else, which is good. I think that'll be a really solid match when we get it. But the artist answered his rival with a pre-recorded video telling him he wanted a last man standing match, of course going to make it even better. And these 2 have met before in NXT, moving on to Dom and Drag now, so we knew what to expect. However, this time Dom didn't have Rhea Ripley to interfere. The Judgment Day man looked good in the match. We were used to seeing him with a partner or someone at ringside, so getting to see him on his own showed how good he is really these days, how much he's improved. And the high flyer Liam Mysterio, and so this is Austin Chant as they work towards a finish. After a hard fought match, Dom was able to pick up the win, retaining his title. So I think it did 2 good things here. Really put over Dragon Lee, even in defeat, establishing into the main roster crowd. And Mysterio kind of showed the ability he has, and I think it's really quite underrated. So this was a good little segment, this. Before it was then time for Nia Jax versus Zoe Stark. Nia Jax gave an interview to Michael Cole that turned into a fight between her and Zoe Stark. After they were pulled apart by officials during commercial break, we returned to see them begin the match. Stark came out of the gate hot with a couple of drop kicks, but Jax was able to swat her out of the air and when she tried to hit a third. Stark tried to lift her rival up on her shoulders, but couldn't quite do it. The former women's champion took advantage of the situation and hit a leg drop to the back of Stark's neck. The bout didn't do anything to help Stark, but it was a decent way to bring Jax back into the fold. This wasn't terrible, it wasn't great, it was just kind of fun in a way to put Jax over. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Moving on into Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre appeared on Miz TV this week to talk about choosing not to say Jey Uso when he was being attacked recently. The New Day came out and criticised Scott for how he treated Uso. McIntyre told Kofi to get in the ring as much as the show went to a break. When the fight started, the New Day man used his speed to hit several strikes before the Scottish Warrior put him down with one vicious chop. These 2 have been in the ring together for a long time, of course, so they had the chemistry. Making it a decent contest. McIntyre became more aggressive as things progressed. Ivar then attacked Woods at ringside side, which Jackson Kingston gave the Scott an opening to hit a Claymore. If the goal is to turn McIntyre as a heel, it is well on his way. The match was fun. He looked like a beast. Either attacked Kingston, and the Scott decided not to help. So yeah, I think it's all progressing really nicely. A fun match, ties and storylines. Yeah, good stuff. 7 out of 10. But moving on into our main event, the Judgment Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And I have to say, we have seen this a lot. But yeah, as soon as the ref called for the bell, all 4 men were brawling. Zayn and KO sent out rivals out of the ring early, which sent the show into a break not long after returning from the last one. It came as no surprise to anyone that this was a contest. All 4 men having track records of being reliable and entertaining performers, so they would almost have to try to have a bad match. This was an exciting way to end the show. As expected, Don showed up to interfere at the end. JC, JD McDonough and Cody Rhodes also arrived to make a huge brawl. The ending was a bit overbooked, but we eventually got there when McDonough used the title belt to knock out Zayn so Priest could get the win. So yeah, it worked nicely. It gets 6 out of 10 from me. I think it was a solid main event, probably the right result as well. But you know, like I said, I just feel like we've seen it so much. I could have kind of done with something different here. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Overall, Raw this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I thought it was a solid show this week. Raw out of 10. I have to say, I feel like, yeah, the main event, we've kind of seen it before, but without that, we had some really good matches, Dragon Dom, etc., etc., some good segments as well to kick off the show that I liked. So yeah, on the whole, it wasn't a bad show at all. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and subscribe for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.